Alright guys, welcome back. I want to show you something cool that might come to us in Master Duel pretty soon. I'm very hyped for this, as we have talked about with the last leaks video. If you have not seen that, go check that out. It's in the top right corner. There will be a new archetype released to us in a Master Duel for the next pack. Obviously, maybe a fan favorite archetype. The next pack seems to be a bit of strange with all these Sky Striker alternative arts, and there is still a very prominent anime theme that a lot of people like, the YUBEL theme. We have the cards in the game already, at least some of them, for example the YUBEL and then also the YUBEL Terra Incarnate, and we will get new stuff for this together with the Unchained engine. That's quite nice. The engines work together pretty well. We can see there's a Shavara in here, and we have in the extra deck obviously the Rage and the Lord of Yama, which is the little Unchained package. But I just wanted to show you what these new cards will do, and we might get them in one of the next packs, maybe in the next one, I don't know. Tomorrow we will see probably some new leaks, so be ready for that. But we will get new cards in the form of Spirit of YUBEL, we will get the Gruesome Grave Squirmer, and then we will also get Samsara Lotus. I will explain to you what these cards do in a moment in the replay. We will get the Nightmare Throne, one of the coolest new field spells. We will get Nightmare Pain, the Eternal Favorite, and then also the Fusion Monster, YUBEL, the Loving Defender Forever. So YUBEL, a really fan favorite. I think that Master Duel will release this quite soon because it is just like an anime themed deck, which tends to draw in a lot of people that also have watched the anime, of course, and it is quite strong. It will get new support and will also get new support with the new Fiendsmith stuff. So in the OCG, this is one of the strongest decks right now, so this will be very strong with us in Master Duel, even though it remains to be seen how many waves of this we will get. So the first wave wasn't really that great. The first wave didn't incorporate the Nightmare Throne, also not the Grave Squirmer here, but only the base cards like this is Samsara D, the Spirit of YUBEL, and then the Nightmare Pain, which is a combo I often die to. If you're not aware, the Nightmare Pain says that your opponent needs to attack YUBEL monsters. If they can, they have to attack them. And then it also says your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken from battles involving your YUBEL monsters. So if you have either the original YUBEL on the field, which doubles the damage, or the Spirit of YUBEL, which also basically takes no battle damage, then it's pretty easy to get killed by this. I have been killed when I not knew what the deck does before, because I just entered a battle phase and then he had a YUBEL up, and then I had to attack the YUBEL, and then I was just that. I mean, this is more of a gimmick, but the deck definitely is not a gimmick, as I will show you in the replay right now. We are starting with one of the best one-card combos in the deck, the Nightmare Throne. When this card is activated, you can tag one Fiend monster with 0 attack, 0 defense from your deck, and either add it to your hand or destroy it. So with YUBEL, there's a lot of destroying going on, but you can see the Spirit of YUBEL, the new card, or the old YUBEL, they have 0 attack, 0 defense, so this is why that works. We are going to activate this, and then we are going to search not the YUBEL, but the starter of the deck. You could say the Samsara D Lotus. You contribute this card. This is for cost. Special summon one YUBEL monster from your deck. Very nice here. This is the target that you should ash if you ever see this during your opponent's turn when a monster effect is activated while you control a YUBEL monster. Quick effect. This is then also you can tribute this card. The activated effect becomes to destroy one YUBEL monster on the field. So this is basically a monster effect negate, if you want to call it that. And during the end phase, if you control YUBEL and this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand or special summon it. So if you get a YUBEL on your field in the end phase, then you can special this guy, and then it's a monster negate. But we are going to play this and then also activate its effect, hopefully not getting ashed here, to special summon a YUBEL from deck. The new Spirit of YUBEL cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, you take no damage from battles involving this card. Awesome. If this card is destroyed, you can special summon one of your YUBEL that is banished or in your hand, deck, or graveyard. So that's quite nice. It's all about this destroying effect. And then you also have the effect, if this card is special summoned, you can add to your hand or set one spell trap from your deck that mentions YUBEL. We are going to set, so to play around Infinite Impermanence, to play around Duel and Lockbird, I mean the Nightmare Pain, which I've read the last effect to you, but the most important one is during your main phase, you can destroy one dark monster in your hand or face a field. And if you do, add one YUBEL or one card that mentions it from your deck to your hand, except this one here. We are going to set it, and then obviously going to activate this card to destroy the Spirit of YUBEL, which is quite nice. From the Nightmare Pain, now we are able to add, obviously we can also activate Spirit of YUBEL and the Throne, but we are going to add Nightmare Pain, the Gruesome Grave Squirmer, and then we have just read this because this was destroyed. We can now special summon one of our YUBEL monsters that is banished or in your hand, deck, or graveyard. And the Nightmare Throne also has additional effects. Once per turn, if you face up YUBEL monsters, so the Spirit of YUBEL you control leaves the field by card effect, it just did. You can add to your your hand, one Yubel monster from your deck, graveyard, or banishment whose original level is one higher or lower than one of those monsters, so basically level 11 or level 9, then you can special summon it ignoring its summoning conditions. And this is where we get a very old card. So firstly, Spirit of Yubel will summon the original Yubel here, level 10 also. And then we will get the Yubel Terror Incarnate, a level 11, which says cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned by Yubel, cannot be destroyed by battle, you take no damage, and so on. But we can now special summon it with the Nightmare Throne because it said ignoring its summoning conditions. So, by the way, the Gruesome Grave Skirmer is a very nice extender if you control a field monster, not hard to do. Quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, then you can destroy one Yubel or one monster that mentions it in your monster zone, which can be quite nice if you want to pop the Spirit of Yubel. This guy, by the way, if it gets destroyed, this special summon another Yubel monster is not once per turn, and we will use it again in a moment here. And you can also banish this card from your grave at special summon one field monster with 0/0, so basically a Yubel or the Gruesome Grave Skirmer itself. But you're also playing the Dark Beckoning Beast package here, which is also 0/0, so this basically works perfectly together. So we now have two monsters on the field, which we will use for our Unchained engine. Here's Soul Yord of Yama, which will activate to grab the red dog here. We know the drill, and now, because we control the field monster, we will go and special summon the Grave Squirmer here. Coming to the field, next thing we are going to do is go into the Soul of Rage, which this you know from Master Duel right now, together with the SP Little Knight, is one of the strongest interruptions that you can have. Removing one of your opponent's special summoned monsters, getting an SP Little Knight that can banish something, and then also having the SP Little Knight for an additional interruption when an effect is activated. We are now going to activate the Gruesome Grave Squirmer and the Soul Lord of Yama. Lord of Yama can now resummon, because when something is destroyed, she can resummon a fiend, resummons the Spirit of Yubel and the Gruesome Grave Squirmer. Oh no, so we have only activated the Gruesome Grave Squirmer here. We'll activate the Yama in a moment. But we have resummoned with the Grave Squirmer the Spirit of Yubel, which we will now destroy for our Sharvara. Then what we can do here is, at this point, activate our Yama and activate Spirit of Yubel because it was destroyed. Once again, it is not once per turn. So we will get back Yubel and another Spirit of Yubel, which now gives us two level 10 monsters, and we will do something very nice with this in a moment. Next thing we can do is go get these away for a Promethean Princess, and then I messed this up a bit here, but the Promethean Princess will revive the Unchained Soul of Shavara because it's a fire monster. And then obviously, because Shavara went to the graveyard, we can also set Abominable Chamber of the Unchained, giving us the ability to revive our Unchained Soul of Rage. So we have an additional interruption that is not on the field, so it can't be Dark Rulered if he wants to Dark Ruler at the beginning. So we can just keep this interruption for later. It's always nice to have your interruptions layered, so some of them on the field, some of them in the graveyard, obviously. Then we are going to do next, link away these guys for an Emblowade here, because we need to get out of this Firelock to place the last remaining card on our end board here that is also not in the game right now, but will come to us quite soon, obviously. The new Baron de Fleur, they call him, because Baron de Fleur is obviously banished right now, or at forbidden in the TCG. It's not really the new Baron because you need two level 10 monsters to make it. We had them. We had the Spirit of the Yubel and the Yubel, but this one was actually amazing. When your opponent activates a card or effect, so anything here, Omni Negate, Quick Effect, you can detach raw material from this, negate the activation, then you can detach raw material from this card, then destroy one card on the field. So what you can do is you can negate something, and then you can also detach another material from this and then destroy another card on the field, which is crazy, even better than Baron, right? At the start of the damage step, if this card attacks while it has material, so could be the case, could not be the case, you have to decide whether you want to destroy something. If you negate something, obviously, you can destroy one card on the field. Once again, amazing. You can also use this going second to destroy something, and then if this XYZ summoned card, we XYZ summoned it, obviously, is destroyed, you can destroy one card on the field. So a lot of interruptions on this one card, the Vordros, the final bringer of the end times, which is one of the guys that we want to have on our end board. And yeah, this is what we have for here, and obviously we have the ability to have this Omni Negate plus destroy. We have the Amlo Whale, which if we kill it with the Promethean Princess, it will be in the grave, and if then the Promethean Princess gets destroyed, so for example, we could destroy her with our Vordros, then we can activate the Amlo Whale in grave, banish it, and destroy a card on our opponent's field. We have the Abominable Chamber of the Unchained, giving us the ability to get back the Soul of Rage, but we also have the ability, oh, by the way, this Yama should be banished here. I forgot this, but this is not in the grave. Doesn't matter, because we have the chamber to revive the Soul of Rage, which then gives us the SP Little Knight play. Keep in mind, as always, to not use your Promethean Princess early, because if you Promethean Princess on your Amlo Whale and she gets on the field, then you can no longer get your Sword of Rage on the field, locking you into fire, obviously, which is a bit bad. And this is our interruption field, which we only made with one card, the Nightmare Throne, which obviously you have 3 of in your deck. There are other combos you can also start with your Samsara D Lotus, which we have searched with the Nightmare Throne, which is a bit weaker. We can start with the Dark Beckoning Beast. And then we also have some cool fusions that in the future will be even better. We will get another fusion monster in the future. I think this is Spirit, this one, the Phantom of Yubel, which you can use 1 Yubel monster plus 1 Fiend monster with 0 attack and defense. There must be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards from your hand or field into the graveyard. And then you have quick effect. You can tribute this card. That effect becomes your opponent destroys 1 Yubel monster in your hand. So this is an Omni Negate that you can pretty easily make on your turn. This will be pretty amazing and pretty strong when we will get this in the TCG. This is already dominating the OCG, but definitely, I guess, a while off to come. But we could get the base stuff from the from the new Yubel archetype cards in one of the next pack, maybe in the next pack. But as already said, remains to be seen. We would at least need the Nightmare Throne. We don't need this guy here, but we need the Nightmare Throne, and then also the Grave Squirmer to really make it effective, to make it playable with the Unchained stuff together. But then it will be quite a nice and very interesting deck. And yeah, I just wanted to show you this because I think this is coming quite soon, because this might be something to bring back some life into the game. Not that the game is not really alive, but you know what I mean. Anime types are always very fan favorite, and yeah, brings back a lot of players to the game. Let me know in the comments what you think of this deck. Are you excited to play this? Do you find this cool? I always like these Fiend archetypes here. I like the Unchained stuff. Cool that it is in here. You can also play a bigger Unchained package in here together with the Yubel stuff. It depends on how you want to do it. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of this. Thanks for being here. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, hitting the thumbs up and the notification bell, and we will see each other in the next one.